now, my boss shared me the list of plate numbers and he's asking me for the date of their purchase. You know, as a logistic professional that just joined the business, you can only have maybe the list of the truck, the day that they purchased that truck. You might not have information of that truck as at that time, right? You will have to go and meet maybe procurement, you have to go and meet maybe finance and say, oh, please, I want to know when so truck was purchased. That's exactly of what we mean by what? Lookup function. Lookup function can also be that, oh, this truck broke down. Oh, when did this truck broke down? You have to go and meet workshop and say, workshop, please let me to check. So truck broke down at so road. You want to know when was the last time I came to the workshop. What you are doing at that moment is what you are looking it up. Right? Lookup function is not hard. The information with you cannot fill the request. Maybe your fleet manager is asking for a question, but currently with you, you don't have that answer to the question. It's somebody else that is with the answer. So the process of you going to meet another person to give you the information, that's exactly what you are doing with lookup, right? I hope the meaning of lookup function is clear to us now. So like this picture I painted here, let me project. Like this picture I painted here, and I just like a person visited a library, right? You are looking for a book. You already have the name of the book or maybe the name of the author or whatever chronological that you want to find it, right? You already have it. What you need to do is what you'll be moving from one library to one library to one library. Exactly the lookup function works in Excel too. Once you specify that, oh, I need the date of purchase of so truck, Excel will now be going row by row to where the list of all the date of trucks purchased, where we have them. It will now be going there. So what Excel is doing that moment is what is looking it up. So you can look up either by row, you can look up either by column, but the most popular one that I always look up is by column. We hardly look up by row. Looking up by row is when we are looking up through HLOOKUP, right? But most common one is columns, which is when we use our vertical column, which is a VLOOKUP, right? So that just the summary of what lookup function is all about. Lookup function is not hard, is not complex. What are other things that we need to know about lookup function? Is that if you are looking up for more information, let's say like date of purchase of trucks now, you need to have one data with you, e.g. the plate number of that truck. So when you go to the list of trucks and their date purchase in a, let's say master list that we have them now, you will now need to use your own plate number that you have to go and check it up. So which means that before you can use VLOOKUP, there must be something that is common between what you have and what you did not have. Hello, am I making sense to us? Is VLOOKUP clear? Is the lookup function clear to us small? Are we getting it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So you need something that will connect them. So let me should I use the term like marriage? That was okay. My column, what I'm looking for is on sheet 5, but I need that value in sheet 1. So something must join your sheet 1 and your sheet 5 together first. So you need to find that column first. So when you find the column that is joining, then you can proceed. That is how lookup function. That is how it works, right? We have two search or two lookup range lookup in this lookup function. One is exact match and one is approximate match. And I will just briefly talk around them because it's not called what we wanted to do. The exact match means that I wanted to see for plate number T2020. So which means that go inside that my sheet 5, go and look for T2020. If you did not see it, tell me that you did not see it. That's when we talk of exact lookup. When we talk of approximate lookup, means that you might not be able to see the date of purchase for T2020, but if you see something similar to it, it will return it for you. That's what approximate margin, which means that it does not mean that you have to go and find the date of purchase for T2020. If the date of purchase for T2090 is available, you can return it because it's closer to that T20, right? That's what exact match and approximate match is all about. So scenario whereby you are using it is that you know that you want to return a specific value, maybe example, date of purchase, vehicle brand number, you want to know for that particular truck, you use the exact match. If you do not see it, tell me you did not see it. Don't approximate for me. But when it comes to approximate match comes in when you are trying to give bonus, you are trying to give discounts, you are trying to do performance rating. Example, any truck that went on a trip between 1 to 5, the driver is entitled to 5,000. So which means that anybody that scored between this range, they should give him 5,000. Anybody that moved from trip from 6 to 10, they should give that person 30,000, which means that either you score 7, you score 8, you score 9, you collect 30,000. That's what it means. If you check our school grading so that we can all relate very well, if you notice, A is from 70 and above. If you like score 99, if you like score 100, at the end of the day, you have your A. B is for 60 to 69. If you like score 65, all of us now B go get. If you like score 69, now the same now the same now the same grade we all have. That's where approximate match comes in. Are we clear? Are we following me? Yes, somebody have his hands up. You can raise your hands. Yes. Mr. Lide, your hand is up. You can speak, sir.
All right, sorry, you can continue. I just wanted to bring your attention that we are still on the animation shown on the page.
Yes,
Is that the intention?
that's what I'm saying. Yes, yes. This is what I'm
All
explaining.
right.
Exact match and approximate match. This is what I'm explaining
Okay.
to us.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's what that is all about, right? I've explained the vertical to us like column, and I've explained the horizontal to the other that this one talks about H lookup, this one talks about V lookup. But most times we'll be dealing with V lookup because that is a common one. This H lookup, I've not even used it for once officially, right? I don't even know how it works, but it's the same style, right? So that's why we are concentrating more on VLOOKUP, right? So let's take a step forward. So we have this VLOOKUP. When you want to write your VLOOKUP, these are parameters that are needed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this lookup value is what is that value that you want to know more. Example is that truck you want to know the date of purchase is your what? Is your lookup value. That is the value that you want to know more about. Or e.g., a student that abused the lecturer now, the lecturer got hold of the student matric number. That matric number of that student is the lookup value here. So the lecturer can now take that matric number to the school registrar, right? And once I want to know the name of the student that owns this matric number. That time is when we have this our table array. Table array is now the source that is containing more information about what you are looking for. Just like you have a plate number, but you don't know the date of purchase. That place that you have that date of purchase being stored, that's your table array. Are we following everybody? Hope all these terms are syncing. Hope we're all getting it. Let me know. Let me see. Let me hear our response, guys. Hello, are we following me? Okay. Okay, I will take that as a yes. So the next parameter here is column index number. So column index number means that, oh, fine, now you want to look up for a value, date of purchase, right? Which column is that column of purchase in that table array? You know that when you have a list of your master list of all your truck now, you have more information about that truck, maybe the brand, the date of purchase, mode of purchase, is it by credit? You understand what I'm saying? Is there guarantee, warranty? You know, all this information about the trucks. Is the paper completed? Is the custom duty cleared? All those information will be somewhere else, right? But the column index number here comes in and say, okay, which particular column is the one that you wanted to return? Oh, date of purchase. You will now start counting your date of purchase from the beginning, from where your lookup value and this your table array where they intersect. Remember I told you that if what you are looking for is in sheet 1, what you wanted to return from sheet 1 and sheet 5, you need something that will connect the two sheets together. So from where they are connected in your table array, you now start counting 1, 2, 3 to the column that you wanted. So let's say, for example, example, now date of purchase now is on column C, right? Column C index number now will now be 3 because you are going to start your counting from A, B, C. So your column index number now will now be what? Will now be 3, right? Then your range lookup here, I think I spoke briefly about range lookup is if you did not see the date of purchase of this truck, of this my lookup value here, tell me that you did not see it. That's when you always see something like NA. If you are using exact match, it will tell you that I did not see it. If you see it, it's going to return it. But we have another value there, which is approximate match, which means that if you cannot see the date of purchase for T 2020 and you found a date of purchase that is similar to it, maybe that of 2019, it will return it. That's what the range of lookup here means. Are we good? Before we move on to the practical side, everybody, are we fine? Let me know, guys.
Yes, we are fine.
Okay, so let's go back to our Excel. Okay, so let's say, yeah, this is my Excel, and we want to practice VLOOKUP. So let me create a. So let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop projecting. So let's say, for example, I just want to bring up okay, this is a truck number, right? So let me copy this truck number just to show us the demo of what I'm saying, though. Right? So that's something here. Then let's try to form a data around, let's say brand, right? Maybe merge this. Oh yeah, give me brand of trucks that we have, guys. Give me brand of trucks that we have. I've typed Scania. Oh yeah, now.
It's Volvo.
Okay, which other one again?
Iveco.
Teacher.
Okay.
Iveco.
Mm-hmm. Which one again? So let me remove this thing. We have it repeated. We have this one to repeated. Since I'm just showing us sample, so I don't want to take much of our time. So I think we should be good with this. Right. We have this one. So yeah, so yeah, I can delete this one. So let's say, for example, these are just the list of data that we have, right? Brand, we can have the date of purchase, TOP, right? So let's just form a date around that too. So this is the date of purchase of that truck, right? What else do we need to know? Mode of payments, mode of payments. Just sample. I'm just trying to create a demo for us. So let's say credit. Let's say maybe transfer, right? We can have barter. Maybe we swap, right? What other mode of transfer can we have? We can have credit transfer. We can have cash, right? Can say maybe ATM, just something like that, right? I think these are the things that we can have on. We can have model, right? I'm sure we all know that there are truck model too. So let's say 2021. I'm just trying to create a demo so that we can all see. Okay. So we don't use the same thing, and I don't want to take much of our time. So just a model. So because if you are saying Scania to have model, just like the way we have them, which I'm sure we all know. So next thing is, this is the master list in your company that you are working with. This is the master list. This is the trip that you always log. Nothing concern you as a fleet professional and be saying D58 is merge this, D5, no. What is the ID for that truck? Because once you know the ID of this truck, you can get every other details. Just like if you know the staff ID of a number of a person, you can get every details about it. So as a logistic professional, this is what you'll be working with more. But you know that this ID you are working with, we don't know the brand name. And maybe you are trying to run your analysis now. You want to know, oh, which vehicle is developing fault? Oh, this is the one developing fault. Oh, what is the fault common to them? I'm sure most of us know Honda. Honda always have this issue on the road that their hand is going to remove. Hey, who is the person? Oh, This person. We'll find this person though. And admin help me, oh, Mr. Lookman. Okay, thank you. So you know that you as a person, you don't know all the details. Like Honda now, you can say, oh, this is what is peculiar to Honda in rainy season. This is what's peculiar to so truck. But you are dealing with ID. You don't know, which means that you need to bring in the brand of that vehicle inside this place, right? So I will type here brand. Then I'll use my VLOOKUP. Is equals to VLOOKUP. The brand that we are looking for is on our sheet. So I don't forget. Look over what is the value that I'm looking for. This truck D58. I want to know more about it. I want to know the brand of that particular truck, right? That's what it means. Comma. Next is table array, which means that you want to know the brand of that truck. Where is the place that all the brand of the trucks are being stored? Where is that master list? Where is that database? Where is that robust list in the business that contains all the full details of the trucks that is with you, that you are working with? That's what this table array means. So see this table array like a master's list, a master source, like a database that is containing full information, right? If you are not clear, feel free to come attention. So I'm going to click here. Once I press my comma here, I'm going to click here. As you can see, next thing you need to do is that you need to alight from this your beginning here to this place. Don't forget I told us that whatever your lookup value is, you must click it here too. This is the point whereby both of them join together, which is your what? Your data sheet and your sheet one sheet. It has this column A that they are connected. So it is when they are connected that it's easier for you to return column B, column C, column D, column E. If this column here and that one they are not connecting, you can't return anything. Let's say for example now, I started my table array from here. I can't return anything because there is nothing connecting these two sheets together. I hope it's clear, everybody. Hello, are we all clear? Hello.
Yes, we are clear. I'm clear.
Yeah, we are following you. Can hear you.
No. I know we are following me. Are we clear? That is everything we are following me. Yes, I understood. Oh, this place is not clear. Let me know. I really love people getting it actually. Right? So I'm going to click here. So it's on this column A here that is connecting with that my other column here. Right? So from there, I'm going to highlight it here. This is my table array. Right? I'm going to log this, although we are not doing much on that side because that side is a bit technical, but your table array, you need to lock it so that it's not going to change. I remember last time I was showing us that if you drag down, if you drag up in Excel, it's going to change your cell reference. That's exactly what is happening. But if I don't want it to move, that's why I'm using this dollar sign. You can activate it by pressing F4 on your keyboard, or you add dollar sign manually. You can add dollar sign manually, right? So that's what it means. So here, comma, column index number. What did I want to return? Brand. Then I'll start from the beginning where I have a 1, 2. So my brand will be 2. I'll just say 2. If I want to return, let's say I want to return model, now I'll come from here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm returning model, I'll put 5 here. Right? But I'm returning brand, so I'll just put 2. Comma. So this is what I told us the other time. The approximate match means that if you cannot find the plate number that I'm looking for the brand, it will give me something similar to it. Maybe I'm looking for D58 now. If D141 is closer to it, it will return 44 for me. That's just how approximate match works, right? And for you to use it, you either pick true or you put 1. Either of the them. It's a Boolean variable. That's why your TV is on and off. Your generator is on and off. Your changeover is always on and off. That's what I mean by 0 and 1, right? It's a Boolean variable. So, but for this case, I'm doing is exact one. Go and return to me that exact particular vehicle I'm looking for. I'm going to change and put 0, then press enter. So if you come and check now, you can see it has returned the Mercedes, it has returned the Volvo. Why is returning everything for us? Is because we are working in a table. A table will always populate the information itself. That's why you see that automatically populated all this one, even though we do not send it. That's how a table works. It automates its tasks. If you come in and do is equals to this plus this now, Excel will automatically can you see? Excel automatically calculate for it because it's in a table. If it's not in a table, it will not be so. How do you know that you are working from a table? Is that once you are inside that place, you see the table design here. Once you click out, it will disappear. Once you click, you see table design. So any work you are working with that has a table design, you see, that is in a table, you see the sign here, table design. But once you click inside it, let's say for example now, this one that I did here now is not in a table. You see that that thing did not pop up, right? That is not in a table. So if you do any calculation, let's say this plus this now, it will not automatically populate because it's not in a table. So you have to come and drag it down on your own. You have to come and drag it down on your own, right? So that just it by the way. So with this now, we've been able to bring in the brand of those vehicles. Those things that we cannot see when it's here. So from this place now can now lead you to further analysis. Maybe you want to tell which vehicle drank more fuel, which vehicle type had more breakdown, in transit breakdown, or which vehicle is having electrical system. You understand what I'm saying? You can now base your analysis now on this space now. So you can say, if vehicle dey spoil too much, we will not buy that truck again. This is how data is being driven your impression. Oh, every driver is complaining of Volvo and it is same fault. So you already know where the issue is. Instead of we blaming the driver, that is where data analytics comes in. Is VLOOKUP clear to us, everybody? Hello.
No, sir. It's not clear, sir.
Okay. So next thing I'll be showing us before I move on is XLOOKUP. We have something that is called XLOOKUP. And XLOOKUP is more robust than VLOOKUP. And it is very vital that we know even XLOOKUP than VLOOKUP, right? Because of the limitation that XLOOKUP actually solves, which VLOOKUP cannot handle. And what is that barrier is that VLOOKUP does not have capability to look to the left. Example, if I include company, the supplier, let me just say A, B, C, D, E. These are the suppliers of the truck. If by the time you have done this analysis, now want to know, oh, what are the supplier of this truck, right? I know that once you have the what's it called, the ID for this truck, you can easily get the supplier, right? But if you now use VLOOKUP cannot connect on this column and now look to back. It cannot. VLOOKUP can only look to the to the left, right hand side. It cannot look back to the left. Hope it's clear, everybody, right? So because it cannot look back, that's what brought what we call XLOOKUP. That's what we brought XLOOKUP. And XLOOKUP is more robust, more friendly and how to use, right? But we can actually use anyone that work with us. So let's say, for example, this kind of scenario I'm having here, what do you need to do as a logistic professional? Since you already know that your table will be connecting on this column, and what you wanted to return is on your what? Is on your left hand side. What you need to do is what? Copy it, then go and paste it. Copy and paste. This is exactly how what is it called works. This is how you can use VLOOKUP to do it if you want to use VLOOKUP, right? But XLOOKUP can actually can look to the back, can look to the bottom, can look anywhere, and it will return you the right value. That's the major difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP cannot look to the left, but XLOOKUP can look to both, right? So let's get started and see how XLOOKUP works, right? So how do we go about it? Equals to, okay, let me explain the parameter for XLOOKUP first so that we understand the parameter. Where is the lookup? Trying to look for the lookup. Okay. So this is the parameter for XLOOKUP. It is more robust than VLOOKUP. Very big. So we have our lookup value. I think I already explained the lookup value to us. That's the fact that I wanted to know. We wanted to know more information about it, right? Next thing we have is what lookup array, which is what uh should I say, this is what VLOOKUP does not have, right? It have a lookup array, which means that I'm looking for plate number 111. Where should I go and look it up? That's what it's saying. Where do you have it being stored? Oh, go and look me for Kanu. Then the question will now be, which Kanu? How should I go and check for Kanu? Where should I go? Is it the north? Is it the south? That's where this lookup array comes in. We tell it that this lookup value that we are supplying here, you need to go and check it up somewhere. And where you need to go and check it up is that what lookup array. VLOOKUP does not have this. VLOOKUP just have a table array, right? So once you get to your lookup array, you can now say, okay, this is the column that I should look up, which means that if I'm looking for plate number, you should go inside the master list and go and check inside that plate number column too. Because why? You cannot be looking for plate number now and be looking at driver's name. It will not go well, right? That's what this lookup and lookup array means. It means that if I'm looking for D138, okay, go and look it up for me. Where you want to look it up? That's what the lookup array means, right? Next thing is return array. According to the name, when it says return array, it means that, okay, once I've have my lookup value, I've looked it up, I've seen it, which column should I return next? This is to tell us that XLOOKUP can look to the right, it can look to the left. That's what just telling us here. So other years are criteria, they are not too specific, especially this range 2 and range criteria. This criteria one here is very, very key. Very, very key, right? So that's exactly how XLOOKUP and XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP works. Who is not clear on this too before we move on to the practical side of XLOOKUP? Hello, are we all good? XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Can I proceed?
Can proceed.
Okay. I love to get feedback, so that's why, right? So let's move on to the next one. Next one is in XLOOKUP is I can specify if you cannot find anything. Instead of you returning error or any for you can put a value there. Maybe absent, not feeling well. You can put a value not found there, right? The other one match model just to tell you how you want to search for the results. Is it from the top? Is it from the bottom? That's exactly what this match model is all about. But most times if I'm working, all my work stops at here, not found. Every other thing here does not concern me, right? That's just it. So let's move on to the practical side of XLOOKUP now. So this is our XLOOKUP. And we want to return this supplier name here, right? This supplier name, we want to return the, that you go about say is equals to XLOOKUP. My lookup value is the plate number of the truck. So I'm looking for the plate number. If you help us see the plate number, help us okay, yeah. Right? Then press my comma. if you check here is asking me for what? Lookup array, which means that this value that I have supplied you here, where should I go and look it up? This value that I have supplied, where should I go and look it up? I say comma, then do array. Okay. Lookup array, right? What will be my lookup array is I'll come here and say, go and check for it here. Go and check for the value inside this place, right? That's my lookup array. Then comma, return array means that once you've seen the value here, they come and return this column. Right? I can say, okay, once you've seen it, then return here. Can you see? If not found, say ops error. Let's just say something like that. Press enter. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to close the brackets here. You can see because we don't have any value like that. Right. So let me try to change this. Let me try to change the. So let me try to paste this here now. Right. This is our original supplier. So now let us go and check. Let us go and check in our formula. You can see that we filled in for not found, right? Next thing continues, comma, exact match, 0, enter. Why is that I cannot see it? You should be able to see our where's our drop number? Okay, yeah. You're able to see it now. Okay, let's rewrite it afresh. I don't know why it did not respond, but let's write it afresh. Because we already have the same value on both columns. What happened here? Oh, I see what I think what I'm doing is affecting our lookup. So okay, let me leave this one here. Shift A12. Okay. What can I do to bring this here? Okay, I think we are fine here. So let me just try and check it again. Let's write it again together. It's equals to X lookup. Comma. The comma and look it up here. Can you see? I'm going to lock it, though we are not discussing that. The comma. What should it return? It should return me the what? The model. Right? Comma. Okay, what if I did not see? This is where I made mistake the other time. What if I not see? Say not found. Right, not found. Say comma. Oh, yeah. I think I'm right here. I made a mistake here. Range mode. 1. Either first to last or 1 to last. Anyone. I'll just say 1. 0, 1. Why is not returning? Why is not returning anything for us? Okay. Okay. I get where the issue is. So the reason I'm having error is because of this field here. I think my value here did not align. Let's check. This value did not align. B1 to B6. It did not align. So that's why it's returning error. Because I'm modding Y before. You can see now. It's now returning to us not found. Not found. Because but it should not return not found for us now. Truck number. It should be this. And this value exists here now. Abi? We have this value here now. So it should actually work. Suppose return this for us. Okay, let me. This person supposed to be missed this now. Abi? Let's check what could have gone wrong. Let's recalibrate. Let's write our function afresh. I don't know what has happened though. S is equals to x lookup. This value, comma. Then come and look it up here. Comma. Return array. Return this one. B2. Return here. Comma. 0. Comma. 0. Yeah, so we have it now. Can you see now? You can now have merge these two, right? Now let's say for example now, I want to return the supplier. Oh, I want to return the supplier instead, right? A, B, C, D, E, right? I don't know this last one. So something like this. Now I want to return the supplier. What I just need to do is what? Come inside this my function here, change my return array, right? What I did there just to show us that you can use what's it called? You can use XLOOKUP in the way of your VLOOKUP. Now I want to show us of looking at it from the left hand side, right? So let's say I want to return the supply of that truck. Is equals to XLOOKUP. What's the value that we want to do XLOOKUP for? This, comma, then look it up here. Look the value up here. Can you see me? Then press comma. So I will need to lock here. Press comma here. Next thing is what? Return array. My return array, I'll just come and select return the supplier false here. Comma. Not found. It should be 0. If match, nothing. Right? If match is optional, press enter. Can you see now that is returning A for this person as our supplier? Let me check and see. Can you see now that is returning A for that particular customer because we have it? Can you see? We have it here. So this is how XLOOKUP works. It has the capacity to look to the front. It has the capacity to look to the back. Can even accept more what's it called? More features, right? On an advanced level. Yes, you can actually use it for many, but this is the basic things that we as a logistic professional that we need to master in using XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Any question before I move to PivotTable? Guys, any question?
No, I'm good. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you for your feedback, sir. So we'll move on to VLOOKUP. So let me just share my slide again. So I think so can take me to explain some of those things to us. Okay. Yeah, so this is where we have VLOOKUP. What is VLOOKUP? Is that VLOOKUP helps us to summarize data. Yes, that 1,000 rows and all that we're having. With PivotTable, we can summarize that data very fast, no stress, right? And what are the steps involved in using it is that you can find your PivotTable under your insert. Let me go to Excel and show us. If you go to here, insert, you see your PivotTable here. You can see. So my be wondering what is recommended PivotTable. So what recommended PivotTable is that I can say is like intelligent or like an AI in Excel. Yeah. So which means that it's going to take whatever data sets that you are sending to her, right? And try asking ChatGPT, maybe Grammarly or anyone to ask about it, right? So you can use this. Let me navigate to this place. to summarize, even if it's 1,000 rows, 3,000 rows that you are looking, every day I use this pivot table. Every day. I've even used it today for my reports. Right? Every day I use it. So once you go to under your insert, you see it here. You can see here. So recommended is just like a AI in Excel. So it's going to look at the data that you have here and try to generate various pivot table for it. Right? So it's just going to generate various pivot table for it, and you pick the one that suits you. You pick one that suits you. Let me just show us an example. Recommended pivot table. So okay, let me just click. You can see. Let's see, maybe okay, because there are too many blanks. There's no blanks now. Okay. I think I've seen what you're saying. So if I click here and I say recommended pivot table, but there is no blank now. I mean, supposed to bring up something. So let me use the main data just to show us. So it won't be as if I'm saying it in abstract. You can see this is what I'm saying. Pivot table generated all this itself based on this knowledge that he feels about the data that he's seeing. That's just what it is. So you can see here now it's saying sum of quantity in tons by manager. You can see this one is what sum of driver number by manager. You can see, right? All these have been generated by recommended pivot table. We did not do this one on our own. So if there is anyone you now like from what this pivot table did for you, what you just need to do is just click OK. And pivot table insert it. Can you see? You did not do any drag and drop. You did not do anything. Pivot table insert it for you. But majorly, most times, pivot table might not be able to get you what you wanted, right? That's why we have the opportunity of we inserting our pivot table ourselves so that we can do any manipulation, transformation, any stunts that we want to do with that data, right? So next stage you have is click on any part of the cell, yes, so that the exec can understand that you want to insert pivot table of this data. So you need to click the environment where you have that data. Anywhere, it can be row 1, it can be row 150, just within that space. And once it's in that space, you notice here, let me move my here. You see the difference here. Your pivot table is going to generate this ID for, which means that this is where your pivot table summary is starting from. It's starting from what? A1 to F224. Right? This is where it's starting from. The next thing is what? Click on insert, which is this okay here. Next thing you have here is what? New workbook and existing workbook. So if you want to insert your pivot table, new workbook means that it's going to open new sheet for you. Just like the way you saw here now, that when I did okay, it created a new sheet for me, right, and put this pivot table there. That's exactly what this space is telling us. That's exactly what it's telling us. Click anywhere and this new sheet and existing sheet. So if you say existing sheet now, you need to go and pick somewhere inside that existing sheet that you want it to insert. You go and pick it and say, oh, insert. So which you must have agreement with. Maybe it's a multiple sheet that you are working with. You don't just insert pivot table for your own convenience. You have to think of those that will be making use of it too. Right? Don't just build reports, build solutions for the sake of yourself, right? Just build it from your user perspective, and anybody that wants to work on software. Then when you are done, you click what? You click OK. You've inserted your pivot table. So let's take that first step. Let's insert our own pivot table afresh. Question, guys. Any question? Am I making sense to us? Any questions? Let me know. Let me know if you're having any question. Okay. So I'm going to uncheck this Control Shift. So, like I gave us the steps to follow, that we should select anywhere in the data. So I can select here, I can select here. Next thing I need to do is go to pivot table. Can you see? This is my pivot table. So it's giving me name here because we are working with a table, not a range. Right? I'm sure we all know the difference between table and a range. Range is just start and end. That's what we mean by range. You are starting from row 12, you are ending on row 13. But a table does not have that. Table can expand itself. So that's why I noticed that if you if you if you if you have new trucks inside the business now, you automatically add them directly. If you sell a truck too, you can leave them and indicate that being sold. That's what that table is all about. Just like the way you have an attendance sheet too. That's exactly what that table is, right? So this is the table that I want to insert for. But if you now say, no, I don't want to use the old data in that table, I want to specify we can clear this off. Then select the part that you wanted. Oh, I only wanted from here. Can you see now? This is the only part here that will be inserted inside the pivot table. It will not even include all these ones. It will not even include anyone. Just these people that I've highlighted here. Then I click new space. A new worksheet. Can you see now? This is the new worksheet. It has created it, as you can see. Right? Then I want to delete it because I want to show us more things. So I come here. Click anywhere. Go under insert. Go inside pivot table. Then say existing sheet. So existing sheet is asking me for what? For a cell reference. I'm going to come and say insert it on AS. Can you see here? Click OK. Can you see now? This pivot table now is within our data. Can you see? The pivot table now is within our data. That's the major difference between new worksheet and existing worksheet. If I perform any magic, please feel free to come attention. Oh. I think I can't see that screen again. Oh. Right. So don't say Mr. Pod did not attempt to my question. Oh. So please, I cannot see it. So that's why. Oh. So next thing is we need to do. Let me cause sorry, I want to delete this space. So next we need to know about it still. What happened? Okay. We have some columns in Excel, vital component that we need to know. We have columns, we have rows, we have value, we have filter. According to their name, they already explained themselves. Column means what are the values that you want to see on the column. The other one, rows, mean what are the values that you want to see on the row. That's what this space is telling you. And I'm sure I showed us row and column last class, right? The next thing is value. What is the value that you're actually dividing with? So what's this is telling us is that you can want to do cost by vehicle type. You might want to do sales by vehicle type. That sales you are doing is your what? Is your what will I call it? Value. And that's it, right? You might want to even count numbers of trucks that you have in the business by their business unit. It still comes down to value because anything that can ever be summed, this value automatically converts it to count. Let's say, for example, now you are saying 5,000, but that 5,000 naira is what? Is a should I say how can I call that kind of money itself? How can I put it to I can't get a proper illustration to use for it. You want to count the number of trucks, maybe you want to know how many trucks we have in the business, right? But you know that values, it only helps us to aggregate. But the column that you want to count is the column of your brand vehicle. So what values does is that it's going to convert that text that you are bringing in. It's going to convert it to count. Is it clear? That's what value means. So in case if you are not dragging, let me show you what I'm saying here. If you are not dragging this example, you are not dragging column like this, you are dragging column like this instead of something like this. What Excel will do for you that it's going to sum up this for you instead. It's going to count it. But if you put something like this there, it's going to sum it. But if you put something like this, it's going to count. Hello? Are we together? Hello, are we together, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it, right? So we've started our pivot table already, right? Okay, we need to insert on a new sheet. Right. So Let me just insert on the new sheet. I've showed us the nitty-gritty and all that we need to know. Then we have something of filter here. Filter here, for example, maybe you want to filter to status. Is it closed? Is it open? Is it pending? You want to filter, you drag it here, right? That's why you can see the picture here. So just like the way you always filter in Excel, you can filter your pivot table. You can filter your pivot table as well too, right? Row is anything that you want it to be on the right. Take I've explained just this filter, right? So all the columns that you have inside your table, they are now going to be under your pivot fields. All the columns that you are having that are all under your each of your column A, column B, that we have date of purchase, date of this, vehicle brand, all of them now, they will now be under your what? Under your pivot table fields. They are going to be under your fields now. So which means that if you want to do your breakdown by, let's say for example, now you want to do your operation in VI, which means that what you need to walk through destination column, because by when you get to destination column, you're able to track your what? Your Babalosa, Lewis, and all, right? That's what this place is saying here. So let me continue. So what do we want to analyze? Let's check. What do we want to analyze and how do you do it? First thing first is that once you check a column that is alphabet, it automatically comes to the row. It automatically comes to the row. If you check here now, it will come to the row. Can you see? So these are all the list of the managers that they have. And they were wondering that how come? Okay. So this is our manager that we have. And let's say, for example, want to know the quantity that they've loaded. You just need to check. So once you check any column that is numerical, right? Column containing 0 to 9, it will come under your value directly. Then I check here, quantity loaded. Can you see now? Can you see? It has done it for us. Can you see? So I will need to format this to be something like so that it can be readable. Can know, yeah? So this is it. Next, selective example, I want to know trip allowance or sales revenue. I can check it again. It will give me the sales revenue needs to come here. So I will drag it here. You can see now, this is the sales revenue, right? That's the sales revenue. So you can keep on to add more and more and more of what you want to add to it, right? Now let's say look, filter. I want to work with this filter. What I need to do is that let us go and find trip type, then drag it here. Can you see? The next one I'm going to say, I can come here and I want to see those that are for interstate. I click OK. Can you see now? Audio data now is not changing based on what I filtered here. Right? If it's not clear, feel free to call me. So if you say Knockout West, can you see now? That should show us that the slider that have been started is actually working. Hello, I hope you are good. Nobody is responding. No. Are we lost? Oh yeah, where are we lost now? So I can find us, guys. Who is lost so that I can find us? Mr. Sheriff, are we together? Mr. Jacob, Mr. Kene, Mr. Folonsho. I need somebody to react to know if we are together. Because pivot table is something that is very, very, very key. All right. Okay, thank you. So this is the way that I've decided. What are the things that are necessary for us to do as an analyst? We need to come and name this column here. Maybe you call it total revenue. I don't know the name you are using in your company. But to remove all these things, that's why I'm not just asking us. Next thing is what? Quantity loaded. You can change the name too. Can you see? Oh, it said there is a field already with the name, so I'll just use this. Can you see now? So this row here, I can say manager. So if you want to know the vehicles that are under these people too, what do you need to do? Just to what? Just to drag more, or let's say T number. I think the truck number. What's the name of the column self? I can't see the column. Uh, okay, so let's say we want to check for the truck number under that space. What I need to do is just drag it here and come and place it here. No, so I need to put it here. Can you see now? So these are the values. D253, this is the total revenue. This is the quantity that I loaded. D59, this quantity I loaded. Are we fine? Everybody? Okay. So you can collapse here. Someone like my boss loves to see everything. So I do intentionally collapse everything for him so that he can pick which that one that he love, right? That's just how it is. This is how PivotTable. This is how PivotTable works. Who is not clear, please? So let me know. Let me know before I take a small step further. Okay. So you can do your formatting. This one is total revenue. Needs to be in money. Do it. You put that one in money. Right. What happened? People go to TCT very well.
The revenue
How do you say? Eh?
the revenue is in count. You need to change it to sum.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I think I'm just showing us what I'm doing though. If you check, which column did I drag? Oh, okay. So I need to remove the value self. So you can change the value here though. Under value set, you can go to sum. Click OK. Can you see that it has summed it? So this one, we need to put our currency logo. So nobody be asking us questions to do it. This is an example of we inserting pivot table, right? So what another interesting thing about pivot table is, oh, I want to insert another pivot table. What do I need to do? Instead of you coming here to come and be going through, how will I put it? To come and be going through that same stress. Yeah, let me same stress of you inserting pivot table all over and all over again, right? What you just need to do is what? Copy the existing one. Let me delete this shit. I don't need it. So instead of you come and insert that pivot table afresh, you can actually copy the pivot table here. Copy it like this. Then paste it wherever you want to paste it. Can you see? So I've done this. I can unfilter here now. The next thing to do is that you want to analyze under data. You need to come and move all the parameters away. Right? Move. The drop down, that's what you click. Yep. Remove. You can see that I'm removing them, right? I'll remove this one too. I want to remove it new. So you can see now that I've removed it. So let me remove this strip type too, so I can see how it looks like. This is my pivot table afresh now. Can you see now? So I can start my what? Another analysis contract by their what should we use if by their trip allowance. I think they give driver allowance. There's something like this, then I click here. Can you see? Something like this comes clean itself because we are just comparing just one parameter. This is how it works. If you now want your data to be on the row, to be on your column, you now start the manipulation. You start the readjustments and all on your own. Who is not clear so far, so good? Please, let's feel free to ask me question if you are not too clear. Hello. Nobody can hear me. Have I performed magic? Have I performed magic? Anybody, somebody should be confident to speak. Have I performed any magic?
Yeah, you. But the thing is that I've been busy, so I've not been following up, so I can't answer the question.
Okay.
Quite
Who
though
else
once
again?
somebody sends,
Yeah, no
I'll
problem.
follow up.
Nobody. Mr. Ima, Mr. Lawa, we all good. We can't escape. Imagine analyzing this whole report. We can even have interview and can use VLOOKUP to do it. It will save you the stress of some if, right? Imagine this whole data now. Imagine this whole data of thousands of rows, and we're able to summarize it in just this. That shows that pivot table is very powerful. So that's what I'm asking. If anybody that is not clear, you should let me know so I can know which what's it called? Which area am I to come in so that we can do it, right? So next thing I want to show was, let me check my time, right? Because we are building small dashboard. Something else that is very key that we all need to know is what we call time intelligence analysis in PivotTable. This is where we can use it to time intelligence. I don't know if my Oyinbo is correct though. Time intelligence, right? You can use PivotTable to do month on month. Or what is the cases that I have last month? What is the cases that I have this month, right? You can use PivotTable to do that. And let's go. I'll copy this PivotTable again. I'll paste it somewhere else. Can you see now? I'll paste somewhere else. Then I'm going to change this value to be my date. I think you have a date somewhere. Yeah. So we have a date expected. Let's say loading date. Let's just example for loading date. Loading date. Can you see now? I have my loading date January to December. I can put my loading date here again. If I want to filter, I can put my loading date. Okay. I wanted to put year, right, as a filter, but let me just put it here. What happened? Is everything that they are using? This action overlap. Okay. Sorry. I need to come to somewhere far to be able to do it. That's what it's telling me. That error message that I'm getting. It's telling that what I wanted to do. This time intelligence is obstructing it. That's why. But let me delete it and show us. So by now, it should work. Can you see now? That's why it's showing that error. So this now I've done this. If I want to calculate for previous month, I want to do all those things. Last month, last year, I want to do the calculation. All I just need to do again is what? Carry this same trip allowance here, right? Bring it here. Can you see now that I'm having it double? Then what I need to do as an analyst, right? Click here. Go to summarize value by show value as. Can you see now? Percentage difference. Okay, let's just say difference. Different from, right? Can you see now? Yeah, this is it. So can somebody subtract these 2 months for, and let's see what we have. Can somebody subtract 153? Let me zoom out. We need somebody to bring out their calculator for us. Somebody should subtract this February and January value for us. February and January value. I know somebody should subtract it for, and let's see what we get. Let's see. Who is doing that for us? Who is doing it for us? So I don't want to say because I'm not doing that, I'm getting the answer. So I want somebody to help us Subtract this 1,533,7,000 from 149,63,000. Oh yeah, let's go. Who is doing that for us? Nobody. What is happening, everyone?
Sorry,
No,
you said if you subtract
yes,
which
this 1,533,7,000 from 149. We should subtract
one?
it.
Please, can you move your cursor?
Yes, definitely possible.
That's 374,000.
That's how we're able to get this value. So it's checking January against February and it's subtracting it. If you want to get it in percentage too, you want to know the percentage. I'm sure we all know how the calculation in percentage was. You can drag this trip allowance again, put it here. Then right click here. Then go to show value as percentage difference. Can you see? Then click OK. So it's telling you that the sales or trip allowance collected from January to February dropped by 2%. That's what this space is telling us. And this is, you are not writing any formula, you are not writing anything. And exactly just PivotTable you are using to calculate this. And if you know how to do this normal calculation, you can verify. I don't know the person that did this one for us. Can you divide this amount here, divide it by this 153 and see? We should have this result. This 374,000 divided by 15,313,000. Can you help us to divide? Let us know what we have. We should have this percentage here. It should give us this value. Though, who is doing the calculation?
$2.44.
Exactly. So that's how we're able to get this 2.44 here. You can see now. This is how we're able to get it. You are not writing any. So in case you are preparing your fuel consumption now, you are preparing vehicle breakdown or something, these are what you can use to get a deeper insight. So my cases were high in the month, it was low in so month. You can make use of this simple trick in your power pivot. I say power pivot in our pivot table to do it. Right? You can filter if you have various business units or various states that are doing. Maybe this one, you can see it's comparing the result for you. So if you are doing your weekly presentation in your office, you can bring in something like this and you can rename all this place. I think I told us here. You can say this one total trip allowance. So I'm just typing anyhow. So in our own, you can type it professional or more formal. Yeah, you can call this one month-on-month difference, right? This is how we do analysis, even normal data analysis. These are things that we do. It's no more than this, right? This one, you can call this one month-on-month. Sorry. Can say this one month-on-month percentage, right? And I think I've taught us conditional formatting too. So where it is less than zero, it can be red. Right? This is how you can incorporate what's it called? Everything that we've taught us, right? So far, once it is red there, you can just format it. Just call me here and do less than zero, red. You can see it's automatically red. So you can light again, greater than zero. It should be green. right? You can just, this one does not mean, so I can just clear rules from here, select Excel, right? So if you come here now, if you go to another region, can you see? Oh, this one change. So because the value is here is not much. Why the difference here? Oh, isn't what did I do that was different? The row seems small. Abi? Okay, let's apply a conditional format here. Something happened there. I don't know if anybody noticed. 0. So if you come here and you do PMS, but it's changing. So the conditional format is done permanent. So sorry. So we might just have to be applying it on our own. So that's just what this phase is telling us, right? Lot of many features you can see from here. Percentage of total, row total, sum row total. This sum too. Sum is just like doing something like monthly date. If you know that you always track your reports monthly dates, maybe fuel that you've collected monthly date, you can do something around this running total. Let's see how it looks like so that we can see it. Let's say trip allowance. Now I want to see the running total. This is it here, right? Then I can come here and say it should show me as running total. So can somebody sum these 2 months for us, January and February? I don't know if the person that sum up the other time is available for us. Can the person sum up these 39,69,000? Can you sum up these two for us? Let's know what we get. Is somebody doing it for us? Because this one I'm actually saying that we should do so when we are doing it on our own or they're asking us questions during our presentation, we can be able to justify it. That's why I'm asking us to do it. Or nobody can hear me.
384.
36384.
Exactly. So that's the addition that you can see here. That's the addition you can see here. As you can see now, that's the addition. So if you know that you are tracking your fuel consumption, you are tracking what else can be, maybe trip, you are tracking repairs counts that you've had or money that you spent now so far in a month, you can use this running total to do it. So you know that any month that you are seeing here is telling you a month that you spent, month to date or year to date. I don't know if anybody get what I'm saying, guys. I don't know if anybody get what I'm saying. Do you get me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. If it's not clear, let's feel free to respond to me. Let's feel free. So let me see. I think I've explored more of things that we have inside our pivot table. Yeah. So let's go and do small. Let's go and do small dashboard. Let me see our time. Okay. Yeah, we have like that 5 minutes. So I think should be good like that. So let's see where we can present our report. First thing to do, open a new sheet. You can call it dashboard. Come here, remove the grid line, right? Though, you know, we are just logistics, so our dashboard might not be fine. It's okay. But we're able to bring up something, right? That's what matters. So how do you know the one that you want to show? First thing is that you need to tell us how many truck do you have, right? How many truck do you have? So can you use PivotTable to do that one? So I'll be using PivotTable to do that first, one by one. How do you use pivot table to do the numbers of trucks? So I'm going to copy this. Is this not pivot table? Sorry, Jan. Because I know copy from the top. So I can remove because I want to know the total number of trucks that we have. Can you see now it automatically counted the whole total truck for me? This is the number of trips that was done. This is not our trucks. I'm sure everybody understands what I'm saying. Right? We have trucks that have done 5 trips, 10 trips. So we can call this one total trip. Right? Trip log. So for simplicity's sake, when you are working with your dashboard, you might need to come and rename this particular pivot table. Give it a name, trip, right? Trip log, so that you know what it is for. Give it a name. You see the effects later on. Don't worry. I'll show us. Don't worry. So next thing is want to do total revenue. Total revenue, total loading fee. I want to come and show this thing to our stakeholders, right? So that's how we start. Next thing we need to go and do is what? Copy this one. So because why this thing so is that for everything that you want to show on your dashboard, there must be a pivot table to them. If you want to show 20 pie charts, that means you must have a 20 pivot table. That's why that you see me that I'm creating pivot table here, pivot table there. Each of them have separate in their journey. So this one I will handle for total sales revenue. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to bring our sales revenue. These are sales revenue. Can you see now? Next thing is loading fee. I think I should be able to put it beside them. I don't want to confuse us too. Same time. Loading fees, yeah. So I'm going to remove this away too. Right, as you can see, I've removed it now. So these are loading fee. I can name the pivot table loading fee. This is it, right? Let me show where this thing comes in our dashboard so that we can be able to connect. You want to build a dashboard now, you need to have the name of our company here. I've taught us more than sell. SYZ. Job performance reports, just for example. Right? If you want to put color, you can put color. Right. So you can put color there, you can bold it. Let me use blue. Let's see how our reports can be. Our reports can be looking good. Hello, are we there? Are we following me? So if you have a company, what's it called? A company logo. You can put your company logo at this top corner here. Right? You can put your company logo at that top corner. We're just doing small something. We're not doing something big. Don't worry. So we'll not say, this one is complex. So everybody can see, right? Control V again. I think we are just creating three. Well, we just created three loading fee and all, right? So we can come here now. We want to do for what do we call the name? Total trip. You can come here and say is equals to. Come here and come and click it here. Okay. So there is something I need to do in my pivot. I need to come here. Yeah, not every time that thing occurs. So yeah, something like that. So you uncheck it. So I think our pivot table should return value from that sheet now. You can see now we have our value here now. So from here now, I can come here and say total trip or total trips, right? You can give it a color, maybe color white. If you know how to do color, right? Any design that you like, you can do it. All these things are not difficult. I'm not doing complex one, right? We can format this from here. Is it formatted there? Yeah, I can see now it's formatted there, right? Don't worry, we are doing it small. So these are total trip. You can draw this one to down. Next one we want to add is what? Our sales revenue. Sales revenue. Come and say it equals to. You can see here, we have it. Sales revenue. So you can give a color white too. Can increase the font too. Right. Let's just ensure uniformity. So you can look at the font that I use for this one. 14. So this one too should be 14. So that your work will be uniform. Right? Something like this. We are getting there. Just small like this. Next thing, if you have more that you want to insert on your own, right? We can insert it. Loading fee. Want to insert for loading fee too? Coverage cost to loading fee is equals to here. Can you see now? These are loading fees. So this is revenue supposed to be in naira or dollar. So I'll put dollar. This loading fee is supposed to be in currency form, right? So we have this. You can call this one to loading fee. Mm. 14. Don't forget consistency I spoke about. It's very key in our reports. Okay. So next thing that we can do before we move forward is we can insert a slicer. Let's say we want to insert a slicer for our contract, or should I say contract? Yes. Let's say I want to insert slicer for contract now, right? I want to insert, I'll go under my insert, then I'll go to this slicer here. Can you see? Then I'm going to bring the contract. Click OK. So my slicer is here now. Can you see now my slicer is controlling this value? You can see it's controlling this, but it's not controlling the rest. If you go and watch our dashboard now, loading fee now is what? 250 and 500. If you check our dashboard too, that's what we are seeing. Can you see? But it's not controlling these ones, right? So what do we need to do? We are bringing our slicer to this place. If you are doing your weekly reports, you can actually just do something small like this that is not too complex for you to understand, right? You can see here now. If you click here, you can see now it's changed, but it's not controlling others. Then there's something we called report connection. There's something called report connection that we need to do. Are we all following? Let me see, because the class look gentle to me. Are we all following me, guys? Are we all together? Let me know. Hello. I need a feedback. Hope I'm not teaching myself. Somebody should talk. Oh. Somebody should talk. Mr. Alasu, come. I can see you. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you, but I got lost on where you are inserting that figures and everything. I don't know if you can just.
And you didn't call me back. I'm not happy with this one.
I raised up my hand, so I just tried to lower it back.
Okay, I will address that. So who else is having challenge in any area? It's of no good if you spend 2 hours and we didn't get everything. Right. Even though there might not be time for us to go back and watch the video. That just it. You might not have that patience. I might not be able to ask questions like live class. At least once you're able to go and watch the video back, it should be to know it. Not like you not even get it from last live class. I don't get what I'm saying. If you not get from live class, you now want to go and watch the video. You might not even get it too. But if you get it during the live session, but you not get it very well, if you watch the video, you assimilate and comprehend more better. So please, who else is having any challenge on any area so I can retake them together then? Right? Who else? Let's talk. Oh. Same that Mr. Folonshaw want to speak, but I can't hear you. And Mr. Lawal, I don't know if you can drop out in the chat box because I can't hear us.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Very well, sir.
Oh, okay. The for the while we are doing the pivot reporting, so you know you made mention of for the consistency. So
Okay.
this total trip. So I was looking at it. Oh, just a bit of input here now. That so that we will be able to achieve that consistency that you made mention throughout the KPI cards. So probably when we focus our attention on these total trips, so we do all the formatting that we need to do since they are all similar KPI. So we do all the formatting that we want to do on these total trips. So we can just replicate for all the others so that
yes.
it will be consistent and we just do
You
a
can do copy
replication.
and paste. You can do copy and
Something
paste like this.
yes.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Okay, so it's only Mr. Last coming that I'm going to take, right? So what I did is that who is that? I can't hear you, sir. Can you speak? I don't. Can anybody hear him very well? Because I can't hear him very well at my end. Mr. Lawal, you are trying to speak, but we can't hear you. Okay, let's continue. So let's take Mr. Last Cummings. Yeah, let's start with. So what I did there initially was to draw this shape. Actually, I might not draw shape, just because I love to do small design to make my work good sometimes, right? You can just draw your shape like this, right? Mr. Lascombe, we are doing this course of view, so
Yes, I'm with
let's
you.
get it. Yeah. So once I've done it, I've created, click the shape, right? Click the shape, go inside the formula bar here, right? Press equals to. Once the press equals to, they come to the sheet 4 or the place where you have your value being created. Then click the value, something like this. Then press enter. That's it. So you brought in the value from that sheet inside this shape now. What now else is that I want to put up a label. What you need to do is that double click here, or if you right click, I think there should be an add text. There should be add text or something. Okay, it's not there. So all you just need to do is that double click inside this place I'm inside now. I've double clicked. Let me zoom out so that you can all see it. Right? Then press enter. Then I can say total, maybe total income. I don't know whatever I wanted to total income. Right? Since it's just the term, I will delete it. Right? Then can control A to change the font. Then you can increase the font size here. Just something like this. Is that clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Which part that is left again? Which part is left again? No part. Let us all get it to right. It's my job to see that we are working our work and say, I done that data is helping me. That it's not just me about we finish everything, right? If it's 30 minutes we are going to be spending and everybody gets value for that 30 minutes, I'm really okay. I'm really okay. So I always take my time, everything I'm doing. So yeah, we can proceed now, right? So we can do loading fee. We've done for loading fee. We've done for this. So I think there is a function in Excel. Let me see. Align. Yeah. So this will help you to align your space. It will help you to ensure that the space between each of your card, there are no more. So it has adjusted the space here for us now. The space here and here now is the same thing from what you just did. So if you know how to use pictures, let me bring in pictures. I'm just trying to show us small things though. I don't know, maybe I should even show us, I should not show us. Let me see our time. What's the time? 43. So that you can whatever little idea we are getting here, even if I'm not able to show us everything, right? You can take it up. So you can type maybe money. Let's use this one, money. You can see now it's inserted there. You can put that money in your report, something like this. You can duplicate, Control C, Control V, and put it here. If it's struck picture that you want to put, you can get struck picture from here too. I'm just trying to show us various ideas, right? Small. It might not be, I know it's not our core role, but just for us to have an idea of how we can actually do our reports. Let's say truck. And type truck here. We'll see truck. Can you see truck? If it's kind of something that we are okay with, you can see now truck is here. So you can put maybe the truck at the maybe beginning, right? Maybe somewhere here. Can see, right? So I'm just trying to give us various ideas of things that we can actually put in our reports, right? So you can replicate it. Just something like this, right? So if you notice here, like I was showing us the other time, it's not controlling all these total trips, total revenue, sales revenue. What do we need to do? There's something we call report connection. So we are going to do it. Let's go. Right click. Now do report connection. Can you see? So don't forget, that time I told us that we should rename our pivot table. This is where it comes in. You see now we have many pivot tables. Let me see if I can expand it. Can you see now we have many pivot tables? Already know that we've already named the two that we wanted to work with, which are what? Total trip and sales trip log, right? You can check it, trip log. We don't know the one for this one now. Can you see what I'm saying? We don't know the pivot table for this particular one. But let's assume should we assume self? You don't even know the pivot table it might be. Let's say maybe 15, right? Or 13. You should build up this pivot table, then click OK. Can you see now? It's now controlling them. Can you see now? It's not controlling them. How come do you have the same thing for total trip and sales revenue? It's supposed not to be so now. Oh, sales revenue. No. Sales revenue is supposed to be sum now. Sales revenue is supposed to be sum. Why is it giving us count? So it's supposed to be sum. Expand it. I hope I'm not performing magic for everybody. If I'm performing, just feel free to come attention, right? Okay. Is our shape the same thing? Okay. We'll still adjust it later on very, very well. So if you notice that once I'm changing, now it's changing. You can see. Once I'm changing, it's changing. Can you see? This is where our slides are coming. Another thing that we can insert is our timeline. You can insert a timeline, like a date timeline. Oh, let me go insert it from this dashboard and bring it here. Let me go insert timeline, bring it here. Let's see. Which timeline? I think I'm working with loading dates. Right? I can put in my loading dates here. Can you see now? So I'm working. So if I do my slides in here now, it's going to filter it. It's going to filter based on whatever I'm having per month. So if you are doing weekly reports, monthly reports, you can be doing all these things and to make your work easier. So you don't have to go and be filtering from your Excel every time, right? You can bring it up here. You do not want to go. Let me see, what can we do to make it bold? This want to take lots of space. So where can we hang it? Because we need something like this for our report, to be sincere with us. We need something like this for our report. Okay. Why is not showing? There is no scroll bar. So let's maybe we can format it. Let's see. We are getting there, right? I'm trying to adjust so that I can fit into our dashboard. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, so something like this is getting there. So can set it. We can remove the header. We don't need the header, display header. We don't need them, right? We can remove the parts that we don't need from them. So you notice that it's changing only this one. So what I need to do again is what? Report connection. I'll still go and do that report connection again. Let me expand this table. Trip log. I think I selected this too. That's why it's good to rename our pivot table. Can you see now? So if I click here now, if you are preparing your reports now for August, you just come here and come and do. If you are preparing your report for September, just come here and everything here will be changing. Oh, how many trips did you do in September? I did 60. How many did you do in October? You did here. You can see. Even if you know how to use the previous month that I did, you can bring in that previous month's value. You can bring it in here. Let me say, for example, don't let me complicate things for us. So let me just pause it that way. What I'm trying to show us is that as you are showing for your September now, you can use this opportunity to bring in, where is that place? I think we've cleared it. The other part I was showing for previous months, you can link it inside this your dashboard here, such that as you are seeing for your September, you are seeing the trip log for it too. You are seeing the percentage difference. I think I showed us the other time, right? We can just incorporate them. So as you are seeing your current month for trip, we are seeing the previous month, and we are seeing the comparison at the same time. We are seeing the comparison at the same time, right? So this makes your reports very simple. So let's continue. There are a lot of things that can be done, just because you don't have much time. So we can reduce this our slider. These are slider here. We can format it. You can say numbers of columns, 2 columns. You can actually split it. You can see because of space. So you can say maybe 3 columns safe. So a lot of things. My head is jamming. So so let me just leave it. So that right when we are practicing, so we can incorporate some of all these things much more much more better than I do. Right. Next thing, let's bring in some some charts, like maybe column charts, bar charts, and all. You can bring them in. Let's look at our data. What can we do? Let's say we want to see for fuel. I think the collective, okay, type of trip. We can run type of trip. How many trip goes to local? How many trips are this thing, right? We can run it. So I'll come here. I already have my trip log here. I can copy this, copy, paste, right? Then I'll go and bring trip type. Where is the trip type? Oh, I've been not trip type thingy. Yeah, this is it. I can bring my trip type here. Can you see? Trip type 44. Because of the slicer that is there. That's why it's showing us like this. So I can insert a chart here now. All right. I can insert a chart. Go to your insert. Go to here. I can see, right? Can insert this, cut it, come and paste it here. Right. So if you click August now, you can see now interstate, you can see it's changing itself, right? So a lot of things can be done. So much can be done. But let's continue gradually. I don't want to take much of our time. So let's just continue gradually. So we can turn on the label here, turn on data label here. You can see now 60 is the trip. So if we check July, how many did we do? You can see now July. So we did 51 trips. Out of the 20 trips that we did, 36 were local, 13 interstate, 2 north central, right? You can turn off all this. There is a place to turn them off. Right click on them. You can right click on them and say remove all buttons. That is going to remove all the buttons, right? This is your x-axis. You can remove the values on your left hand side if you do not need it. You can see you don't need it. You can, okay, we need the primary horizontal one. This is our total here. You can take this total up and give it a name, right? Trip type achieve, or trip type breakdown. I don't know the name we want to give it. Hello, are we together, everybody? It's like I'm the only one doing this thing. No, I'm not hearing us. I'm not hearing our class just cool. Are we together, everyone? Hello.
Yes, I am.
Where have I performed magic? Are we all clear with how I'm doing it? Where have I performed magic? Time has gone. Oh yeah. Who else? Who else have a question? No? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Right. So this is how it is, right? You can do your design and everything. You can off the background too. You can change the style here, right? If you like this style, you can use it. If you like this style, you can even do the design on your own. What else I'm sure? So you can turn off the gray line if you not like it, right? You can even remove this background. Let me show you how to remove that background. Double click here. An interface here is going to come up, right? You see this fill background here. Then the fill color, you can say no fill. Can you see now I've removed the background here? If you want to put background, you can put background. If you want to put gadgets, right? You can see it. But if you don't want any color, you can just leave it neutral. If you want to add a border line, okay, border line is already shown. If you want to change the color of the border line, right? You can come to design. You see it under design, under format. Yeah, under format. You see shape outline, right? Outline is the edge of that report, right? Click yellow. If you click yellow, can you see now that there is a yellow line at the edge, right? So I'm just showing us if we want to do our own, these are things that we can actually do. So if you want to increase the style, these are the styles that you have, right? If you want to increase the width, this is the style of it, right? You can see that it has changed. Can you see now? Let me change the color for so that we can all see. So these are simple. They are very, very simple things. Trust me, guys. And it can really help us in our reports. Can you see? I'm just using this. I'm not saying you should use it officially, right? I'm just showing us that these are various things that can be adopted when we are doing our reports, right? You can bring them in. You can bring them in. Various styles, various styles, various styles. You can bring them in. Yeah. So let me bring up another one that we can do as we are continuing. Let me just say this one should be straight. I beg. I'm removing it, no one to remove it. I'm ready to remove it, no one to remove it. What happened? Okay, straight line. So this is it, right? You can see now. This depends on the design that you wanted. And if you did not want to put any design too, you can off it. Like just go to the format, shape outline, just say no outline. No outline will give it no border. Can you see? No border there. As you can see now, no border. Right? But it's good that you put border so that you can demarcate between one chart and one other chart. Right? It's good. So just something like even this one says is even thick. Just something tiny that can separate them. Just something tiny like this. Yeah. Just something tiny like this. Okay. Right? Let's see how we can use pie charts. Let's see what we can use pie chart for. Let's go and see. Let's see pie charts. Can we use pie charts? Let me see. Time has gone. This one is really much. So everything we'll be doing more will be okay. Let's see our loading trend. Let's see our loading trend. How we trended for the month. Do we need it? No. We can compare more things. We can compare the trip done by our contracts, right? We can compare their sales revenue, right? We can compare their sales revenue alongside. So let's do that. I'm going to copy this. Right, so I'm going to, so you can see I can see my pivot table again. You can click the edge here. It will bring back your pivot table. Here will take you back to formatting. Here will take you to your pivot table, right? I want to do for the contract. So our contract is already here. Then I want to compare these are our sales, sum of trip allowance. No, it's the sales that we want to compare. We want to compare sales revenue with them. Right. So I'm bringing my sales revenue. Can you see our sales revenue now? Then I can bring in my let's say trip done, which is this. Like want to know how many trip they are doing with the sales revenue that they are bringing. We change the sales revenue to sum. Don't forget because it's counting it. So I change it to sum. Can you see now? Then I'm going to format it to be in dollar. I don't want to be doing naira. I've already showed us down last class. So I want to visualize this. Call this one sales revenue. Sales revenue. You can call this one trips, right? So I want to compare it. You know that from this one, a further analysis can come in, like we can calculate average revenue, which is total number of trips done divided by sales revenue, right? We can know the average here, right? We can even bring in the fuel. I think that was a place. I think there is a place for fuel inside this data. I can't see it again. No. I think there is fuel something. Fuel collection dockets. Where is the quantity? Okay, let me find the column so I can see the fuel that they are using too. Let's see. This is quantity issued. Okay, quantity issues for fuel. So let us go and find quantity issued too. Quantity issue. Yeah, this is the fuel. So I can tag this one as fuel. Sum this thing for us, I beg. Right. Sorry, I'm already done on time. Sorry guys. I'm already done. So let's just do this one and call it a day. So here, I can go to my insert chart. Then I can go to my here. The data is very small to each other. Very, very small. The trip is small to the sales revenue. Okay, let's do like this. Let's compare trip and fuel issue. I think it will be fair that way. Yeah, sales revenue. So let me move sales revenue so that we can see the trip and amount of fuel that they use, right? Mainly, I just want to show us that we can put many things on a graph at the same time, though. Yeah. It doesn't give me what I wanted, though, sha, but it's still manageable a bit. So you can turn on the data label here. Data label. Voila. Yeah. So I think we can leave something like this. So I'm going to cut it, right? I'm going to cut it and come and paste. I can paste somewhere under here. You can find like something like a how will I call it? Something like a pie chart that we can put in all the space. We adjust our filter here too. We can even put our filter like this. So our filter can just be somewhere here. Then we can get maybe I should shrink. I can shrink this. Yeah. So I can bring this one in, right? I can bring this one in. Just that this place already, but I think when we start filtering, I think should adjust. So this one too is not filtering. So I will need to go and rename it, right? I can go and rename it to pivot table option. I can say fuel. Let me just call it fuel and trip, just something like that. So that's the name. So if I go to this dashboard now, I will just come here and do trip report connection. Right, we see fuel and trips here. Can you see? And I click OK. Can you see now? It's now sliding alongside with it. Right? I can turn this off. Can hide all this. Right? I can. Okay, I need the legend. This is what we call legend. So anybody seeing color orange now, they know that is the fuel that the something receive, right? That's just what it means. Though it's quantity issue though. This quantity is supposed not to be in dollar sign, no, which I'm sure we all know. It's because of the changes that we did that affected it. So this one's supposed not to be in dollar sign. So I'm removing it back. Yeah. So we can have something like this here. You can turn off the background like I showed us the other time. No fill. Turn off the background too, right? You can bold this one. Bold. You can bold this one too. You can bold them. As you can see now, I'm bolding them. So these and lots more. If you check here now, NNPC. Oh, this one is contract that we're already working with self. It's not controlling this one too. So we need to do report connection. So let me just do this one and call it a day. Just click here, then it's be done. Can you see now? So once you filter it's if you have though because we are doing contract, that's why sha. So whatever you know that you are going to put in your slicer, you might not be visualizing it. You understand what I'm saying, everybody? Since I already have my slicer as contract, I might not be splitting down my contract because I can slide to whatsoever contract that I wanted here. Right. So these are things that we can actually do with our Excel, right? With our Excel, I can move this one. Let's see. Time doesn't permit us again, but let me just stop here. So if you have any question, right, let's feel free to reach out to me. Let's feel free to message Mr. Laide to help us out in any area, right? We can expand this thing that I did there, just a demo. So you can expand it here. Expand it to be up to this place, right? You can expand it actually. So this is it. I've expanded it. So a lot of things can actually be done around and on and on and on and on. I will continue like that. That you can see. So, yeah. So let me pause for question and answer. Did we learn something, guys? Did we learn anything today? Hello. Okay. Nobody is speaking. Mr. Laide. Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm done. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Paul. We can't thank you enough for doing this with us. I also want to appreciate everybody on the call. Thank you for joining in. There is much more to learn. However, I would advise that all of this, it is better you don't stop from just listening or learning. You also try it on your own. That is actually how to improve as a person. And the thing about data analysis is that if you're not using it, you most likely forget. So you need to be using it at every chance you get so that you can develop yourself. And there are lots of training also online that you can look at. For this training, we are going to upload the video hopefully by Monday on the YouTube page. The link will be shared with all of us. For tomorrow, we'll be having the KPI training. So I would advise that everybody should please endeavor to join us on that. The entire purpose of having data or using data is to measure performance, and tomorrow's class will teach us what are those type of data you should measure as a fleet and logistics person. And from there, we can then expand into other areas. Again, I want to thank Mr. Paul Oyelaron very much for doing this with us, and to everyone for joining in. Thank you once again. We'll meet tomorrow by 3 p.m. So enjoy the rest of your day, please. Thank you.
Thank you.